What up, though, man? Once again, it's James Vergato of God of a Genius, man. P. Diddy, Puff Combs, Diddy Dollar, whatever y'all want to call him, man. Sean Combs, man, is in a lot of trouble. But that's not really the bigger story to me. With Diddy finally going through, what seems to be the demise of his empire and the bad boy establishment with so many conspiracies involving his success, over the years, man. It's always been rumors about Diddy, man, that just seem mythical because his reign was so long. And to now finally see that, things have caught up to him. We're just living in some interesting times right now, And I was thinking about this morning when I was listening to Kendrick Lamar, and I was listening to a lot of his records that he's, released throughout this Drake fiasco, and I watched a pop-up show as well, and I was like, if this was the Bible, man, we are now entering the New Testament, because all of the big figures, from that era are finally like about to be extinct in the sense. And, really after Diddy, people want to see Jay go down, for whatever reason. People like Jay going up next, Jay time coming. But it's like everybody that made this hip hop go so mainstream, if they not dead, then they crashed out on some drugs or they, headed to jail. You know what I'm saying? It's one of the three. And with Diddy, being like, the biggest from that time, he's part of like so many eras and decades of different phases of hip hop. For him to finally, I'm not saying finally like I was looking forward to this because I don't know what's true. I'm just watching from the outside looking in, but it seems to be a lot of people finally are excited to see that he's going down. And I just think like hip hop is shifting for real. With Kendrick and some of the songs as he's released, I think that the last record he did that was untitled with the Black Air Force is people saying they giving it a title, basically saying it's Let the Party Die. They basically are saying, man, that the industry is burned down and it's gonna become something else. And I mean, everything's changed, now from when Diddy was, very valuable to the music industry in regards to pushing acts. At one point in time, you needed a cosign, you needed to be signed, you needed, to be behind a label. And now cats is distributing their own music. You don't need as much money to break out probably as you did to just, create revenue and income off of this due to the internet and being able to book your own shows and reach out to whoever, with a button due to, social media and emailing and things of that nature. So it's like all of that's burning down and that power structure is not the same. And that's what I'm looking at, like with this whole situation with Diddy, is like, I ain't even getting caught up into the parties, the freak offs. I'm just thinking about how people in his position and power, it's not the same anymore. And it's a total shift. I think now, because people like when I see like what people are saying about performers now, I don't know her. It started with a D. Her name, she signed recently with TDE. Doshi. I think the name of her album is Alligator Bites Don't Heal, something like that. But that female, man, she's phenomenal. From what I've been witnessing, and I'm seeing people comment and say, "Wow, she performs with no vocal in the background, no vocal backing." Then when they saw Kendrick Lamar performance, for the pop out, everybody was saying how they were so impressed that he performed over an hour, wasn't drinking no water barely. If he was, it wasn't caught on camera. And they say, like he didn't have the backing tracks on him, especially on Euphoria, which is a 6 minute record. And that's crazy that that's like something that people are so impressed by when that's like the standard for an entertainer, especially a performing artist on that level. But in recent years, everything has been so watered down, and there's so many artists, who just are famous, that don't know anything about the craft of being a performing artist. And now when people are seeing, what real artists are supposed to do by standard, they are so overly impressed. And that's why I say I think it's just a new era ushering in due to this. Now one thing I can say about Diddy, I think he was pro artist. It's in regards to being a true performer, because you gotta think he was dancing and rapping and singing, doing choreography with his performances, and he wanted people to be fly. But it's like somewhere down the line, man, all that went away. And I think now it's a resurgence of a new renaissance of hip hop acts, and also the shift of creativity in the hip hop scene is definitely, changing. And this is what I want to be a part of, because it's hard, man, doing this, man. And it's just like, man, bruh, people really turn a blind eye to real craftsmanship unless it's like you got the cosign from somebody that got a name. But Diddy, man, Diddy was a part of a lot of acts that people are conscious of and are familiar with. Probably his biggest act, no pun intended, was Biggie Smalls. You know what I'm saying? And he did things with Mary J and Jagged Edge. And I think I don't really know what's real anymore, because it's so much to change with the times and what people are even saying. Like some people said, like Diddy paid Faith Evans to mess with Biggie for a look, and they even said it was a guy from Mississippi that the whole style of Biggie was from him. So the industry just so crazy. But I just understand, man, that artistry wise, Diddy contributed a lot, to the hip hop culture through that, and the R&B records. But the tragedies and the things that he's caused as far as discomfort to people's livelihoods, if that stuff is true, that's super whack. But I think like the shift, man, that I keep saying over and over, I think it's happening as we speak, with people like him going down. Because when Suge Knight went down and Easy E, you know what I'm saying, Diddy was still alive, you know what I'm saying, and thriving. And it just seemed like he was untouchable. And it's like he like the last one of that kind that's finally going down, you know what I mean? And it's like crazy, because it's like, what does the hip hop industry look like now without these type of characters, being active? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna replace, that type of presence, and who's gonna be the next type of mogul, you know what I'm saying, that's instrumental in the careers of new acts? What does the music industry look like without P. Diddy? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's kind of like how I've been looking at this whole situation. I ain't really got time to get into all the different stuff, because every time something like this happened to a star, every hour somebody got a new lawsuit, because they're gonna try to get something out of it. But as time progresses, more will come out, and we'll see what happens to Diddy. But I'm more concerned about what the landscape of hip hop is gonna look like, if he indeed, goes to jail and never gets out. What's your thoughts about this, man? Drop a comment below, man. Let me know, man. Um, Please subscribe to the God Level Genius YouTube channel. I am James Forgato. And as always, be God level. The genius is in you. God level genius.